North Korea put its adversaries on notice Saturday when it showed off a bevy of new missiles and launchers at its annual military parade. Pyongyang showed off two new intercontinental ballistic missile-sized canisters, as well as displaying its submarine-launched ballistic missile and a land-based version of the same for the first time, according to analysts. If North Korea has ICBMs, it could give it the ability to strike targets in the mainland US and Europe. The shorter-range ballistic missiles displayed Saturday, meanwhile, are a threat to countries in the Asian region. North Korea displays come as tensions on the Korean peninsula have spiked to alarming levels. The U.S. Navy dispatched the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson strike group to the region last weekend, and U.S. President Donald Trump has been tweeting this week that if China can't rein in North Korea's nuclear program, the U.S. will. The Vinson was sent out to make a statement. North Korea responded by showing off the most new missile hardware we've ever seen in a parade before, said Melissa Hanman, Senior Research Associate at the James Martin Center for Non-Proliferation Studies in California. One of the biggest surprises of Saturday's military parade in Pyongyang was two mobile canisters that could contain ICBMs larger than anything North Korea has ever produced. They both probably design concepts. We've never seen them in the wild, Hanham said. We don't know what, if anything, was inside the canisters, since North Korea hasn't publicly shown off or tested any missile of that size before, analyst Ankit Panda wrote on The Diplomat. We can infer, given the size of the canister and the fact that it was paraded on Saturday, that Pyongyang wants the world to know that it is actively working towards at least two types of solid fuel canisterized ICBMs, Panda wrote. The fact that any new ICBM would be in a canister is important because it means those missiles would likely be solid-fueled, analysts said. Solid-fueled missiles can be deployed faster and hidden better from satellite detection than their liquid fuel counterparts. And the large size also means the missiles could have long range. A message to the United States. It certainly appears to be a message to the United States that they're capable of threatening the U.S. homeland. That's certainly their objective, Adam Mount, senior fellow at the Center for American Progress, told CNN. Hanham said other land and submarine launch ballistic missiles were shown in public for the first time Saturday. The land-based version is known as the KN-15, while Pyongyang's submarine-launched weapons is known as the KN-11 missile. She took special note of the launcher the KN-15 was on. It used caterpillar treads, which means it can go off-road more easily, which means they can hide them more easily, Hanham said. North Korea has under 500 missiles of paved roads, Panda wrote, and previous wheeled launchers could risk damage to the missile operating off those. Hannum said that she tracked launch vehicles, that the tracked launch vehicles were made in North Korea, which means Pyongyang did not have to break sanctions imposed by China to obtain them. Despite all the displays on Saturday, analysts cautioned against overreaction, noting that North Korea missile tests have had a checkered record of success, and adding that a missile in a parade does not necessarily mean it's operational. Well, I doubt if it's not operational. They look pretty operational to me. Let's take a look up here. They have a little newscast up here going, so.
So far, no nuclear tests on the Day of the Sun, North Korea's most important holiday, but you have seen a show of force of a very different kind. You can see North Korean citizens are out here right now. These women are holding up a North Korean flag, and earlier we saw North Korea's full arsenal on display. There were Scud missiles, there were submarine-launched ballistic missiles, there were land-based missiles that can be launched from a mobile launcher, and at the very end, we saw North Korean intercontinental ballistic missiles. We know that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's goal is to develop an intercontinental ballistic missile with a nuclear warhead capable of reaching the mainland United States. And while analysts say they may not be there just yet, parades like this are certainly evidence that they continue to make progress, faster progress than many experts have predicted. A lot of people thought there might be a nuclear test today on this important holiday, or in the lead up to it. However, it seems as if the North Koreans are holding off on the nuclear test for now. But I have received information that a special operations exercise, a military exercise earlier this week when commandos were jumping out of airplanes, that was an exercise in direct response to tweets from President Trump talking about North Korea and urging China to solve the North Korea problem, as he put it. But we also know that there's a USS Carl Vinson carrier Stryker, 60 planes, submarines equipped with nuclear missiles, and a 97,000-ton aircraft carrier, all designed to send a message of deterrence to the North Koreans, telling them not to engage in provocative behavior such as another missile launch or a nuclear test. But the atmosphere out here, as the North Koreans would put it, is a single-hearted determination to fight against the United States, because their country has told them all of their lives that they are under the imminent threat of invasion. And so you have a lot of these civilians out here, perhaps not many of these women, but you have a lot of the men in the crowd here who have a military background, who have told us repeatedly that if there were to be a war with the United States, they would leave their jobs, put their uniforms back on, and fight. So this is what North Korea is saying, that they are being underestimated by the world, and they put on these supersized displays to try to prove to the world that they are here to stay, and they're going to move forward on the road of their choosing, even if that road is a path to nuclearization that many others, including the United States, feel is a dangerous and destructive path. Will Ripley, CNN, Pyongyang.
Well, this was very interesting. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching. We'll keep you updated.